So here we are back at my home or my profile page for Funny Video Guru, and it's a bit later than I've recorded the other videos, so I've picked up some followers, and that's kind of how it goes with Twitter. But I wanted to show you a feature here. You'll see that there's tweets and following and followers, but there's also listed. Listed means other people have put me in a list that they want to follow. And what you'll find is that as you follow more and more people on Twitter, it gets really busy and it's hard to keep up with everything. So what you can do is come over here, and it's basically right on your profile page. You can do something called create a list. And for my example, I'm just going to call it comedians. And I'll just say this is a list of my favorite comedians. Now what's cool about it is that if there's some people that I want to keep an eye on, I create this list, then I can actually take a isolated view of the list and pay attention to the tweets of the people that I consider my favorite comedians, or whatever your list is. It could be friends of yours that are on Twitter, or people that are in the same industry as you, whatever. And then you can make the list either public or private. If it's public, then other people who look at your Twitter profile can take a look at the people on that list, and they can follow the list, and it's kind of a good way of networking as well. So keeping it public is usually a good idea. Private is also an option if that's something you need to do. So you save the list. And then what you need to do is you actually have to configure the list. So if you go to your lists option right here, you just hit the little drop down there. And then you go to your comedians list, so Funny Video Guru / comedians. I go to the list, and now I can start adding people to this list. I might start just by searching for somebody popular on Twitter like Conan O'Brien. And he actually comes up as a people result, so why don't I go look at Conan O'Brien's page. First, I'll follow him, but then I also want to say, if I click this little thing here, add him to my list by just clicking the little checkbox there. So it puts Conan in my list, and then there's other people that are similar to Conan, or there's all kinds of different ways you can find the comedians that you want to follow, or anybody that you want to follow for that matter. Sometimes what I'll do here is scroll down and look at who Conan's been talking to. Now mostly he just puts out funny things, but maybe okay, so here he's talking to Steve Martin to go. I don't even know if that's the real Steve Martin or not. Looks like it is. So same thing, we can follow Steve Martin and add him to our comedians list as well, and on it goes. There's all different kinds of ways you can find the people. The way I use lists in a practical way is I have a few thousand people that I follow in my business account, and if there's people that I talk to on a daily basis, I'll add them into like a personal list or a friends list. But these lists work in a number of different ways. So if I go back to my profile now and I go to my list of comedians there, there's a few different people I'm following, and well, two people and myself, but now I can keep an eye just on those two guys, and as I add more, then it kind of filters out all the noise. If there's all kinds of other people tweeting and I don't necessarily want to follow them, these lists are a great way of isolating that information.